Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a little bit different view today. I still have the sun on my face. No matter where I sit, no matter where I go, I have the Holy Spirit angel glow above me. But I got in my car. I've been practicing, as some of you know. I have been completely bedbound for almost 3.5 years. We recently moved, and my goal when we moved was to keep practicing. Getting up. Not just the normal, what I have to do, like feed my children, do the laundry, that kind of stuff. But extra, like trying to actually leave my house, which is a huge, monumental thing for me. So I took a little drive. It's about 8 minutes from my house or less. And it is called the Lookout. At least that's what I call it, the Lookout. Most people call this type of area a lookout. And I came to clear my head. And so there are people next to me who are enjoying their music because it's very warm outside today. So I don't know if you can see. Probably not. I'm not good with cameras. Nope. I tried. I have my sunroof open just a tiny little bit on my mommy mobile, my van. And so you can hear the cars next to me playing their music and just enjoying the sunshine. But I am here trying to clear my head. It's been a rough couple of weeks, as we have discussed before. And yesterday was a little bit brutal, to be honest with you. It was good. There was some really good positive, but then came the crash because I had been fighting for some information for one of my children. And as we all know, doctors don't listen. Doctors don't care to hear what you have to say, and they don't want your input on the situation. And when their labs say something, then it's gold, right? And you're like, no, not necessarily. And so I had to advocate for one of my children, and I had to advocate hard. And I gave the doctor some pushback because they didn't want to do some testing. And I was like, no. It's like, nope. And I was actually told by other people who have been chronically ill that if you ask for a test from the doctor that you are paying for, you are the doctor's paycheck, essentially. You are their boss when you go in there. And so if you're asking for a very specific test and they say no, then you absolutely 100% have the right to say, okay, I asked for this and you are not willing to do it. Can you document it in my chart that you refused to do this test? And then I need a copy of it. Didn't know you could do that. So I have been advocating for my child, and he did one test, and then he came back and he's like, oh, he's fine. No big deal. Don't worry. I'm like, no. My mommy gut is telling me otherwise, and so I want more testing. And he gave me pushback. And I asked for a few different things, and he's like, fine, I'll give you one out of all of it. And at the time, I didn't know I could say, okay, well, then I want in my chart that you're refusing, to do the rest, and I want a copy of it. I didn't know I could do that. And so I said, okay, I'll take the one, I'll take whatever I can get. And I also asked him for a panel of something else, and he's like, oh, fine, give me the panel. He didn't give me the full panel. He did one test out of the whole panel. I'm like, this tells me absolutely nothing. So I decided I have one child who's going through the temper tantrum phases, and that I need to get my way phase, and we do the ignoring technique in our house, and that is brutal. If anyone does it, it works. If you are faithful and you stick to it, it works. But it's brutal. They follow you around and it's, but why? And talk to me, answer me. I want this, that. I'm like, it is so hard to be quiet, and it's so hard to listen to that for over an hour plus. It just makes you want to go nuts. And my other children are like, shut up, which we don't use that word in our house. I'm like, no, we don't say that. But they're like, stop it already. And I'm just like, And then something else has happened this week that I was really excited about, and it became a big disappointment. Excuse me. So I was like, okay, I am going to push myself to drive to the Lookout today. And I have some food. I'm trying to get myself to eat more. I'm very underweight, but no matter how much I eat, nothing happens. But I'm also finding that I'm not very hungry. My stomach, with its chronic illness, doesn't get very hungry. And so I take longer in between meals to eat something. And so I'm trying to change that. And so with chronic illness, you have to eat what sounds good or you think will stay down in your stomach. So it looks a little strange, to be honest with you, the foods that I put together. But this is what I go into the fridge and my stomach said it wanted this morning. Okay, so it's hard to see. So we have a little container of green olives because I was feeling like I needed some salt with my blood pressure condition. I also have on the side of the olives, it's hard to see, but I have a piece of what we call mommy cheese. It's dairy-free fake cheese. But it's called mommy cheese in our house because I have dairy allergy. I've got some bacon, and I had 2 toast, one with jelly, one without. I'm down to the one without jelly. And that's what I'm going to eat. So, sounds like a strange combo, but that's what my body can handle. So we've got some olives, 2 toast, fake mommy cheese, and turkey bacon because I'm allergic to pork. So I am feeling a whole lot of mixed emotions today. I'm feeling anger, lots of anger. I don't know why. Probably just because everything that's going on is just like mounting and mounting and mounting, and it's like, okay, I've reached my threshold, my little one didn't wake up in a better mood like I thought he would. I thought he was just overly tired and we're gonna have a great day. And he woke up exactly the same way he went to bed, and just advocating for my son, and something that I thought was going to be a fun blessing has turned out to be a disappointment. I'll talk about that another day. It's still makes me still a little angry, and I'm trying to get calm. So, just a lot going on. And so, I had a lot of panic, a lot of anxiety, a lot of full-blown attacks lately, and I was doing really well in our new home. And so it's been rough. So I am out taking a drive, and I'll show you my view here in a minute. And just clearing my head. Just clearing my head this morning. I will say I'm advocating for my son, and my mommy heart knew already to keep fighting. Like, my gut was like, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. And so I went to a doctor that I go to that's extremely expensive and out of pocket, but is very, very good. And they don't just only do the bare minimum like his pediatrician, and they don't just give you little bits here and there or get one lab and say, he's fine, go away. They actually, it's interesting because I'll say, I want this, this, and this, and she'll say, fine, perfect, let's do that. And then she'll also say, But if you're going to do that, let's add this and this, because this will give us an even broader, bigger picture of what's going on. And I love that about her. She doesn't make me feel like an over-exaggerated mother. She doesn't make me feel dumb. She doesn't make me feel stupid. And like I'm trying to force something on my child that's not there. She very much agrees in the woman's instinct and just fighting for what we... If we're wrong, we're wrong, she said. In the end, if we're wrong, we're wrong. What's the harm? Great, we're wrong. But if we're not, then we know we did what we had to do. And that's where I'm at. And so all of the directions from the phone call I had yesterday with her, all of the directions are pointing to exactly what I thought was going on. What I exactly thought was wrong. And so I am trying really hard to say, good job for advocating for your child. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to get it fixed. But at the same time, me being right has brought me to utter tears. Because nobody wants their child to be sick, to have a lifelong illness, or to go through... I didn't want to be right. That's just basically what it boils down to. I didn't want to be right, but I was. But we're 90% sure I am right. And so, how do I deal with the fact that I knew something was wrong? I fought for my child. Praise the Lord, we're getting answers. But my instinct was right. And now it's come to fruition that my child probably has a lifelong illness that he's going to have to deal with. That is so sad, so disheartening, so discouraging. And I don't know how to handle it now. It's kind of like a relief and a letdown and massive emotions of sadness at the same time. Try to see if I have a tissue. You know me, I always get emotional, sappy. I'm a woman, I get sappy. But, yeah, what do you do with all of that? When you knew you had to do what you had to do, but then when it's all said and done, it doesn't feel good. Because you being right in this situation didn't bring about anything good. It brought about something quite sad. In fact, something very sad. So that's where I'm at today. Dealing and focusing on the letdown of being right, the sadness that comes with it. But I don't want this to get too long, and so I'm going to show you my view. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but I'm going to try to show you out my window here, because there's people around me, and I just don't feel very safe. Getting out. So I'm just going to see if you can see this. So this is where I'm at. Right here. You see the mountains? These are the mountains where I live. Look at how beautiful they are. This is our reservoir. Down there, I don't know if you can see down there's a road of cars, but this is the reservoir. I'm up on top of it. And then we have the beautiful mountains with snow still on them. This weekend we're going to be super hot, so we're going to start planting some flowers this weekend. I'm so excited. But this is where I'm at. It's called The Lookout. Where you park and drive, and if you had your husband with you, maybe a little kissing. But we don't do that kind of stuff in public, so it's just not our cup of tea. But I'm here enjoying the view of the water. Usually there's boats on the water, but it's pretty empty today. And so usually you'll see fishermen or boaters. But, yeah. I'd covet your prayers over this news. Like I said, I'm grateful in one aspect and sad in another. So, if you're new, welcome. I hope you'll come back. I'd really, really like that. If you have a prayer request, always comment a prayer request down below, or a praise. I love to hear praise reports. So either one, comment down below. You can ask me any questions about my chronic illness. You can ask me any questions about my family, where I live. I won't probably specifically say where I live, but you can ask me questions. What's the weather like? You know, how far away are the mountains? Things like that. I'd love to answer. And I will see you guys in the next video. Go out today. Be brave. Try something brave today. That's my encouragement for you. Try something brave today.